Hello student, welcome to the GST class. We'll see the GST, Goods and Service Tax, how it is covered. GST covers goods and service both. Okay, so separately we are classifying goods and service. You can see here goods separate part, service separate part we are making. Okay, goods separate and service separate. Now we'll see the goods. We can classify intrastate supply of the goods. When we are dealing with the goods, means when we are supplying goods, or we are receiving the goods. One is supplying, second person is receiving. Okay, supplier and receiver of the goods. See, goods supplied, it can be two types: intrastate supply, interstate supply. Intrastate supply and interstate supply. Intrastate supply means within the state supply of the goods in the Telangana. For examples, Hyderabad, supplying from Hyderabad to Warangal. So within the state means it is an intrastate. Okay, so in this intrastate also two types is there: inward supply and outward supply. Inward supply and outward supply. See, you can see the inward supply means buying. Inward supply means buying. Intrastate inward supply. Intrastate inward supply means buying the goods or receiving the supply of the goods. Intrastate inward supply of goods is nothing but buying from one person or one company within the state, but the state is same only, same state. Okay, here intrastate inward supply, we can see the when we are dealing with the inward supply, we will use the debit note. What we will use, Amma? Debit note we will use. Intrastate inward supply, when it is return is there. Okay, so we'll see intrastate inward supply, buying. Intrastate outward supply. Outward supply means selling. When we are dealing with the selling, when we are supplying to others. Okay, when we are supplying to others, it is a intrastate outward supply. See, intrastate outward supply means selling the services, selling the goods, providing the goods to others. We are supplying to others, but it is within the state. Means intrastate. Okay, intrastate supply of the goods. Inward supply is there, outward supply is there. Inward means we are receiving the goods, we are getting the supply, we are buying. Outward means we are selling, we are giving, we are sending the goods. Okay, and interstate supply of the goods. Interstate supply of the goods. Interstate supply of the goods means we are supplying or we are receiving from one state to another state. One state to another state. Telangana company is located in Telangana, which is buying from the Delhi, which is buying from the company of Maharashtra. Other states, we are buying from other state or we are selling to other state. It is nothing but interstate supply of the goods. Interstate supply of the goods. You can see here, interstate also two types: inward supply and outward supply. Interstate inward supply means, you can see here, buying. Interstate inward supply means, interstate inward supply means buying from other states. We are buying from other states. We are getting goods from the Mumbai. We are getting goods from the Chennai. So that is a inward supply. Interstate inward supply, one state to another state. If we are supplying to other states, if we are sending to other states, if we are selling goods to other states, interstate outward supply. Interstate outward supply we are calling it is. Okay, this is about the goods. Okay, and we'll see the services. Services also same here. Services, intrastate services is there, interstate services is there. Intrastate supply of service. Intrastate supply of service means intra, within the state. Supply of the service from one company to another company, or within the company or within the state. Within the state means it is a intrastate supply of the service. Intrastate supply of the service also two types. Intrastate inward supply. Intrastate inward supply means receiving the services from the within the same state. Services from within the state. Then we are calling it is a inward supply, receiving. Or outward supply means when we are supplying to others, when we are giving to others within the state only, we are sending from one place to another place. We are providing services to another person. Okay, it is within the state means intrastate. Interstate supply of service. Remember service. Interstate supply of service means interstate with other state. So supply of the services to other states. We are providing services to other states. Inward supply. Here also interstate supply of service is also two types. Inward supply of service, outward supply of service. Inward supply of service means we are receiving from other states. We are receiving from other states. So they are doing service to us, we are receiving. And outward supply, we are providing service. Our company is providing service to another company which is located in another state. Okay, service here. The point is service. Okay, so service is also intrastate and interstate. In two situations, inward supply is there, outward supply also is there. So see the classification, you can remember easily. For the examination point of view, it is easy for you. Okay, separate topics you can divide. GST for goods, GST for services separately you can classify. Okay, interstate, intrastate. Interstate means other states. Intra means within the same state. Intrastate we need to pay the CGST, SGST. Intrastate we need to pay the CGST, SGST. But interstate we have to pay the IGST, integrated GST we have to pay for interstate. Okay, this is about the goods and services separately. Okay, see, in case of goods, when we purchased goods, sometimes we will return it to the suppliers. It is a purchase return. When we purchased, we can return it. Purchase return due to the damage or wrong goods or quality is not good, so we can return the goods. Sometimes when we sold the goods, we will get the return from the customers. When we sold the goods, we will get the return from the customers. In that case, we have to prepare the for that. When we return, inwards is there. When we purchase the goods, we are getting we are giving the returns. Purchase return means it is a return inwards. Purchase return means return inwards. For that we have to prepare the debit note. For purchase return we have to prepare the debit note. For sales return we have to prepare the credit note. For sales return we have to prepare the credit note. It is for the goods. Okay. And here for the cancellation of the services. In case of service, we cannot return the service. So what we can do? We can do one thing, cancellation of the service. We can cancel the service due to the many reasons. So the cancellation of service also, here we need to prepare two things. If it is inward supply of service case, we have to issue the debit note. We have to prepare the debit note. If it is inward supply of the service, cancellation of inward supply of service, we need to prepare debit note. If it is cancellation of outward supply of service, we need to prepare the credit note. For inward, debit note. For outward, it is credit note. It is related to the cancellation of the service. Okay. In case of service, we are calling it is a cancellation of the service. In case of goods, we are calling it is a goods returned. Okay. Thank you for watching. Okay, so in GST we have to create a company in Tally ERP9. By using the Tally software, Tally ERP9, we have to create the company. Okay, any new company is there, or they are converting their accounts from manual system to computerized accounting system. So in computerized accounting system, we have to use the Tally software here. So this is the steps for the create a company. Create a company in Tally ERP9. See here, step 1. First we need to go to the gateway of Tally. In that we have to press the F11. In that we have to press the F3. F11 and F3. Then in the next step, in the first step we have to enter the company details. Okay, company name and company details we have to enter. In second step, GST details. One GST details screen will appear. In that we have to enter the GST details. In step 3, tax details, tax rate details. Tax rate details, the box will open like one box will open in the tax rate details. Here in this tax rate details, it contains the CGST, IGST, all the taxes separately. Okay. In step 4, see, you can see here CGST, SGST, IGST. When it is opened automatically, if you press the enter, box will be filled automatically. The percentages will be filled. In step 5, you have to press the enter to save the above information, company creation information. So you have to Control plus A. Then automatically it will be saved. Then see the, for example, intrastate supply of goods. Within the state we are doing the supply, or if we are getting the supply of the goods. So see the first we have to create the party ledger. So means we are dealing with one party, one person, one company. So that company ledger we have to create. So create party ledger here. For that party ledger, go to gateway of Tally, accounts info, ledger, create. Okay. So go to gateway of Tally. In that you have to choose the accounting info. In accounting info you have to choose the ledger. In ledger you have to choose create. Then automatically this box will be opened, screen. In this screen you have to enter the details, name place, ledger name. So party name, company name we have to enter, party name. Whether it is you are preparing purchase ledger, so you can write purchase name. If you are preparing sales ledger, you can write sales. Okay, so whatever the ledger you are preparing, that ledger name, direct expenditure you have mentioned. So what is the you are preparing, the ledger name of the ledger you have to write here. Okay, ledger's creation, ledger name, and here total opening balance will show. And later in the under means here you have to mention whether it is creditor or debtor, or you can mention the direct expenditure, indirect expenses. If you are creating CGST, Central Tax Ledger, or State Tax Ledger, or Integrated Tax Ledger, taxes also ledger you have to prepare. Same box will appear. Okay, for every ledger you can use the same box. You can repeat the same box. In this screen you have to enter. If it is tax, you have to enter under duties and taxes. Here it will come. You have to mention. And maintain bill by bill balance, here you have to show. Then inventory value affected or not. If goods means inventory value, yes, you have to write. If goods means inventory value will affect. If services means not affected. Okay. And statutory information here. Here in this side, mailing details means name of the company, address of the company you have to write. Next, bank details, tax registration details, PAN number. All the details we have to fill here. For acceptance you have to press the enter, then yes, but yes you have to press, automatically it will be saved. So your ledger will be created by this procedure. Okay, and see here, next step, create a purchase ledger. So in the same box we can create the, here you have to write the purchase name, sales means sales name. So like that many ledgers we can create. Then after creation, if you want to create the goods we are dealing, so create stock item. So in this gateway of Tally, inventory info. Stock means inventory only. So gateway of Tally, in that you have to choose the inventory info. In that you have to choose the stock items. Stock items. In stock items, create you have to choose create. Okay, create. So here one box will appear, tax rate details. This is company details, tax type. Company details, tax details, tax type, which type of tax it is. taxable or not. Like that they will ask the question in the screen. You have to mention here. Next, after that, gateway of tally, accounting vouchers. To get the vouchers, accounting vouchers, F9. So purchase we are dealing, so it is a F9 you have to press. Okay. For the configuration, F12 you have to press for the configuration. Full details we have to mention here. Party name, tax details, which tax is applicable, and the date of the financial year, everything we have to mention here. Next, Alt plus A for the tax analysis. You have to press the Alt plus A, it is important. Alt plus A we have to press for the tax analysis. In this table, tax analysis table will appear. We can see the CGST, SGST, IGST percentage, 9%, 9%, like that percentage information we can get in this tax analysis table. Tax analysis table will show the what is your tax. For the central tax how much, state tax how much, separate calculation it will show. Next, to come back we have to press the escape button, then Ctrl plus A to save. To save the above information, ledgers and everything, you have to press the Ctrl plus save. Then you will to view the GST report. After the accounting process, you have to view the accounting GST reports, goods and service tax report. Report 2. We are dealing with the purchase. Purchase means report 2. Sales means report 1. So here purchase means report 2 we are seeing GSTR 2. For that we have to choose, go to gateway of tally, display. In that gateway of tally we have to choose the display. In the display we have to choose the statutory reports. In statutory reports we have to choose the GST. In GST we have to choose the GSTR 2. GSTR 2. Okay, like this the procedure is there. So to view the report, if we have the report we can pay the GST. If we have the report we can pay the GST. These are the steps you have to remember. Ledger preparation is very important. After that GST, tax analysis important, and tax report also important. Okay.